They asked the people to sing for the governor's schedule. I don't know what this means.
This is more of a reading comprehension challenge. Forget the students. Once again, I am more concerned about the comment section. Answer: the colonel would like the governor to make time for the choir in his timetable for the day, so he asked him. No bars. Okay, I mean, you're so close, King. You're so close. You're almost there. No, he asked the choir to change their schedule to fit the governor's. In your own words, it literally means what it says. What does this mean, in your own words? Like it's not the most literal, straightforward sentence ever. I mean, it is really self-explanatory. Really, a situation of the pot calling the kettle illiterate. Inappropriate rewording could be something as simple as there's a military officer and he's asking the choir if they can show up at a time that works for the governor because the governor's got stuff going on, specifically butt stuff, at a clothing optional gathering where everyone is wearing bedazzled masks. Sorry, I exercised a little bit of creative liberty there. I kind of just assume that's what all politicians do in their free time.
Yep.
Maybe I just watch the news too much. To be fair, the choir cannot accommodate if they don't know the schedule.
Yeah, I think that's what politicians do.
Wait, who is this guy? Is he someone from the choir? Is he like the Lorax, but specifically for people who are in fictional choirs? I want this guy in my class. He doesn't just know why the curtains are blue. He knows they were 50% off at Bed Bath & Beyond, baby. Okay, back to the story. I'm censoring the identity of these high schoolers, not just because I'm pretty sure they're still minors, but also because they are not the culprits here. One kid not knowing how to read at an age-appropriate level, okay, maybe we take out the dunce cap, but several at the same school? This indicates something systemic. These TikToks were filmed at the Preparatory Charter School of Mathematics, Science, Technology, and Careers in Philadelphia. In their defense, they didn't call themselves the Preparatory Charter School of Reading Sentences Good. The student left a comment on the second video saying there was actually one person that got it right in the next video I was gonna post, but the school board is starting to threaten me with losing my graduation and not going to prom and even expel me, so I don't think I can post it, which quickly started to circulate online. But according to the Philadelphia Inquirer, the school denies this, saying that the videos posted were misleading and unfair, but that the student in question is not facing expulsion. By the time I finished this script, the student had posted 12 total parts to this series, so maybe that is the case. Anytime someone is rewarded with views, the authenticity of their content does come into question, but the school also has a reason to be dishonest here. Charter schools are usually privately owned while siphoning off funds that public schools rely on. They try to distinguish themselves from public schools by claiming to offer a higher standard of education and more individualized learning, despite often not requiring teachers to be certified. Guerrilla journalism like this, exposing their prestigious program to be a flop, could really shake things up in the teacher's lounge. The article goes on to point out, on Pennsylvania state assessments in the 2024 to 25 school year, 46.5% of students at the school scored proficient in English language arts, compared to nearly 50% statewide. Regardless of who's telling the truth, the reaction to these clips and the conversations they've accelerated are far more interesting to me. The clips seem to confirm many of the fears I've seen expressed online about Gen Alpha and young Gen Z students. Are we facing generations of undisciplined, apathetic, and uneducated youth? Well, according to the many teachers and ex-teachers who have taken to the internet to share their testimonies, a distant, haunted look in their eyes like that of a Vietnam War veteran who just heard a car backfire a block away.
These kids cannot be quiet.
They're not reading full books. They're not.
I'm walking right out the door. I won't ever do that.
This year I had 3 kindergarten teachers quit the first week of school. And when you ask them why, it's behavior.
It is constant, whether it's this or the tapping.
I put in my resignation. I am done.
These kids are mean.
6'7", 6'7".
Every teacher.
What are you doing cussing at those kids like that? Lose your job, asshole. Stay out of the fucking school. Hey, you, get out of that. Hey, kitty, not for you. Not for you, kitty. You keep your mouth out of that. Forgot to put my dinner bowl away.
Wants every non-teacher to know from the bottom of our hearts.
I'll see that again.
Wants every
done.
These kids are mean.
In my
I think they are mean,
resignation. I am done.
Yeah, I think I ran afoul of a really mean shithead kid. I think they are really fucking mean people. I did not grow up with people like this.
These kids are mean.
6, 7, 6, 7.
Every teacher wants every non-teacher to know from the bottom of our hearts. Every teacher.
6, 7, 6, 7.
Why are you screaming at that kid? You've lost control. Quit the job.
Every teacher wants every non-teacher to know from the bottom of our hearts. These kids. Each and every one of your kids.
Maybe. But before we continue, I'd like to take a second to talk about today's sponsor, which is very easy to read because it's only 2 sentences. We're kind of just now catching on. Educators have been warning about a literacy crisis for years now, and it's playing out in disturbing ways in the classroom.
My students can't read. I struggle with being told that I have to
You're the
focus
teacher.
on certain standards on grade level text when my kids are not reading grade level. You're going to give them a test with a text on it that they don't understand. So they're not going to attempt it because then that makes them feel a specific type of way. Do I push them and try to get them to understand grade level text? Or do I come kind of down to their level and try to show them the standards on a text they do understand? Like, is that a possibility?
Students being graded on a test that they can't even read? That's like entering a fishing competition without a fishing pole, a race without shoes, or any number of other increasingly ridiculous scenarios that could be used for illustrative purposes. I wanted to dig deeper here, so I reached out to some people with teaching experience that I knew in real life. Yes, I know people in real life. Did I get them to participate in this video through threats, bribes, or some other form of extortion? That's for me to know and you to fantasize about. Their identities are censored because I want them to be able to speak freely without having to worry about their livelihoods being affected.
Currently, I teach 3rd grade science and social studies, but I also taught 4th grade ELAR, or English Language Arts, for the first half of this year.
And I previously taught 6th grade math and then had 2 years of experience teaching art on the elementary and middle school level.
How many years total would you approximate that you've been involved in teaching?
For me, it was a total of 3.
This is my first official year teaching, but I've worked in public school in classrooms for like 3 or 4 years now.
I think another layer of context that makes their perspectives even more valuable is the fact that both of them have either taught or teach here in Texas. My state has been slipping in state rankings for education since I was born. Unrelated, not my fault, I was a baby. Texas has highly diverse student populations and some of the poorest school districts in the country, actually the poorest. San Bernardino, Texas has a median annual household income of just $16,384, according to USA Today. That's right on the poverty line, by the way. When it comes to investigating the problems in our education system and the disproportionate effects they have on students based on class and race, my backyard is the place to look. Well, not literally my backyard. Get out of there, you're trespassing. These teachers mentioned the exact same phenomenon I was hearing about on TikTok.
I have 3rd graders right now, and because I teach science and social studies, the questions they ask, and if you were to ask me, do they understand the concepts that I teach them, if you sit down and talk to them one-on-one, they can explain back to you at least 80% of what I've told them, or like they have understanding of the things. I would say that they're on grade level with their understanding of what it is, but if you put a test in front of them, their reading comprehension is so low, their understanding of vocabulary that's not subject specific is shaky at best. Like, I had to explain on a test the other day what the word occurs means.
Okay.
To a 3rd grader, because said, what happens when this occurs? They didn't know what the word occurs means, which is a fairly common word in science tests. I was helping one-on-one with a student who he just wasn't understanding the question that was being asked. It said something along the lines of, use your imagination and explain why you think the author wrote something about one of the topics being greed. in the main topics was greed in the story. He did not know what the word imagination was. He couldn't read the word imagination, and he couldn't understand what the word greed meant. And if you take those two words out of the question, not to mention
they don't even know what greed is.
The character's name Ichabod, you wouldn't understand anything on the question.
But you don't have to take the teacher's word for it. After all, what do? Besides sit around with the nation's children for hours a day. No, let's see that throbbing, rock-hard data. According to NPR, test scores from the National Assessment of Educational Progress in 2025 showed a decline in 8th grade science from 2019, as well as 12th grade math and reading. This 12th grade average reading score decline is even more concerning, though, when compared with results from 1992. This isn't just a brief statistical aberration that we can blame on COVID for disrupting the classroom. This is a steady downturn towards historic lows across decades. Huh. I wonder what happened like 2 decades ago.
It's time to come together to get it done so that we can truthfully say in America, no
9/11
will be left behind.
The president.
That's exactly what you did right after 9/11.
It's nearly $48 billion education plan.
That's the Republicans for you.
And includes testing children annually to more closely monitor reading and math skills, rewarding schools where grades improve, and punishing failing schools by cutting federal money to districts that don't show progress, and allowing parents of children in public schools that fail 3 years in a row to use tax dollars, government vouchers, to move their children to private schools.
Ah, damn it, George, what the hell? No Child Left Behind is maybe the second worst thing that President George W. Bush was responsible for during his presidency. Jury's still out. The entire structure of this act hinges on a very specific philosophy, that the failures in U.S. K-12 education were largely due to schools simply being too lazy. If that laziness was punished enough by withholding money and forcing closures, it would fix everything.
It takes some pretty big bootstraps to lift the entire public school system, but by golly, with enough gumption, maybe we can do it.
We didn't do it. Turns out using threats to fix shortcomings in the American education system is a lot like walking up to the breach, torn into the hull of the Titanic by an iceberg, and yelling at it.
There's a leak in the boat!
Huh? I don't know why I specified that it was an iceberg, as if you guys would know that. Well, the widely unpopular No Child Left Behind Act was eventually replaced by the
I knew that.
Every Student Succeeds Act in 2015, moving away from a one-size-fits-all federal plan to a more flexible state-level one that broadens the way schools are evaluated. The primary mechanism by which schools still receive funding, however, remains basically the same. Schools must attain certain metrics in testing in order to stay open, and that becomes a priority over addressing students' needs. It also encourages some pretty suspicious maneuvering behind the scenes. Many teachers have expressed frustration that they are forced to accept late work long after it's due, and even give credit for zero work to inflate the school's performance.
If you don't know, in many schools in the US right now, students receive 40% or 50% if they do zero work, if they do not complete an assignment, in my school included and many other schools.
If you don't comply with fudging the numbers, you could be punished, which is exactly what happened to a Florida teacher who was fired over this as far back as 2018.
Toronto found out about what she says is the school's no-zero policy, reflected here in the student and parent handbook.
Well, what if they don't turn anything in? We give them a 50, I go, oh, no we don't.
Toronto was terminated on September 14th, but there's no cause mentioned in the letter from the principal since she was still in her probationary period. On her last day, she wrote this message to her students on her whiteboard before she left and sent out a picture of it through a class app. Toronto hopes this time she motivates policy change.
I'm so upset. We have a nation of kids that are expecting to get paid and live a life just for showing up, and it's not real.
Teacher fired for grading work accurately is the type of headline where you have to check the source to make sure it wasn't published by The Onion. While some states like South Carolina are trying to address this problem by banning what's called grade floors, this is still common in American classrooms, which contributes to a serious lack of motivation to complete assignments. According to many teachers, students' inability to do schoolwork is usually less of a problem than their refusal to even try.
I had so many kids today. Say, Mr. Grab, my skin, come help me. I would come and help them. Nothing on their paper. And when I say nothing,
their name wasn't on their paper. The date was on their paper. The problem that they're supposed to be solving was not even copied down on their paper.
They want you to be soft with kids. They want to let kids run the school. They don't want you giving any harsh consequences, and that didn't work for me. They let the kids do whatever the they want without any real consequences.
Students would be roaming the hallways, and instead of having any repercussions or consequences for doing that and skipping school, they would just get ushered and pushed back into the classroom, and that was pretty much it. So you'd have students join your classroom an hour late, 30 minutes late. They missed all of that. They don't care. They're just disrupting the flow and everything else. And there's no accountability, and nothing happens. You just mark them as late, and then you move on. And I had students that would do that every single day of the entire year, and nothing changed.
Discipline, consequences, accountability, different teachers have different ways of putting it, but the gist is that students don't give an F. They'd rather take the F. And this is the one job where your employment depends on the vibes that a high schooler decides to bring to the function. Specifically, their quadratic functions.
I can't teach the class because your kid wants to be a disruption, because your kid wants to be on their phone, because your kid does not give a flying about their education.
I've literally had students say, I'll just take the F. I don't want to do it. And that's somehow supposed to be a reflection of my teaching.
Even the most basic assignments, things that I would have taken for granted when I was in school, homeschooled, so it was my mommy, but still, students are treating as impossibly difficult, and they try to barter with their teachers for less.
They will have some type of assignment where they will have to write at least a paragraph, meaning 5 sentences. 5 sentences. The amount of assignments that I got in with 1 sentence, 2 sentences, the amount of complaints I got where 5 sentences, that's too much, that's too much. Can we do 3? Can we do 3? Isn't 3 considered a paragraph?
Having to push through this extreme resistance to writing was an experience that was also echoed by the teachers I interviewed.
The thing that I'm noticing most is that their stamina for being able to read is super low. Every single day that I teach, and I have taught for this for the time I've been in school, if you hand a paper to a student and you say, okay, this is what you're going to do, this is the paper you need to do, this is independent work, here you go, I will inevitably get at least half of the class who will come up to me and say, Miss, I need help. What do we do? And I'll say, did you read the directions? And they'll say, no. I said, well, read the directions. And they won't. They will not. If it is more than a sentence long, they will refuse to read. At the top of the worksheet, you'll have like a paragraph, and then you'll have like bullet points that give them like step-by-step instructions on what to do. Inevitably, I'll have at least 5 kids in my class who will circle one of those bullet points as an answer to a question, even though there was no question asked.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
They will go on to fill in the blank questions, and they will all draw lines from the word bank to the question, but they won't write the answer in at all. And it's stuff like that. They won't read anything. And I've had multiple kids tell me that they start reading and they get bored, and so they stop.
Look at the cat I dragged in.
He goes to private school.
Look, as much as nerds like me want to pretend that learning is its own reward, at least it's what we tell ourselves when we don't get invited to things, it is objectively harder and more boring than not learning sometimes. There has to be some outside force to disincentivize taking the easiest route, or kids will take it. They might not be able to add or subtract, but they can do the mental math on the situation. Why not show up late, get on their phone, talk loudly to their friends, and not participate if they're not going to be punished over it? Why show up at all? Where are they supposed to find confidence if nothing is expected of them?
Remember when everybody told teachers that they needed to give their students grace? These kids are going through a lot. You know, there's a worldwide pandemic going on. Things are rough. We can't possibly expect these kids to accomplish anything in class. If they don't turn it in, still give them a 50%. If they need an extended time, don't take away late points. You know, at least they're getting it done, which is what we ultimately want. To be clear, I was guilty of this too.
I think the death cult, the Republicans, the death cult, I think they caused COVID, and I think they do stuff like burn Paradise and Lahaina, and I think they want the kids to be dumb, so they cut the money to the education system because they know that sheeple are much easier to use as matrix batteries than people who read and are intelligent and have like, you know, emotional intelligence and all this. And so I think they're kind of manufacturing matrix batteries. They're manufacturing consent.
Too, because I had the best
I think Noam Chomsky taught them how.
of intentions and was like, we're trying to help these kids. We want to have understanding. We're all stressed. But what we accidentally did is we convinced these kids by taking away accountability
That the lower bar, the lower road is always better.
They couldn't do it. All we were trying to do was make it more accessible. And what we told them instead and what they internalized was you couldn't possibly figure this out on your own. There's no way you could just like lock in. You know?
Can teachers counter this complete lack of learning stamina? No. Well, the teacher I talked to had a great idea.
I was in my 4th grade class, and their writing stamina had gotten so incredibly poor. I was lucky if I got a sentence out of them, a full sentence, let alone a properly punctuated sentence with capital letters and periods. It had gotten so bad to the point where they were all telling me, I can't write, I can't write, I can't write, that I had to go talk to their original 3rd grade teacher and be like, why are all my students telling me they can't write? Why are they telling me that they don't know how to do any of this? And she was like, they're lying to you. And I was like, okay, well, we're gonna start every single day with a writing sprint where I give you 5 minutes and I give you a silly little prompt on the board, and I just want you to practice writing as much as you humanly can in 5 minutes. I don't care about punctuation, I don't care about the content, I just want you to write something. Prove to me that you can write more than a sentence. And I was getting full pages out of them because they were interested in what we were doing.
She saw a serious issue with her class's development and targeted it with a basic exercise that was getting immediate results. What could go wrong? Well, if you're a teacher, you probably know exactly what went wrong.
Side note, I was told that I couldn't continue doing that, and that it was not appropriate for my classroom, and that we had to end.
No, jump.
That sounds like such. It was an effective solution for the issue that you were dealing with. Who told you that you weren't able to do the writing sprints anymore?
It was a combination of a few people, but ultimately it was basically anyone that was over my head. The state of Texas right now, a lot of public schools are currently switching to a scripted curriculum. Any teachers that have had to do it this year will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's called Bluebonnet. Bluebonnet is by no means the worst program in the world. It's pretty mid as far as scripting goes. The problem is
mid. That's a word that you've learned from your students, I assume, right?
Yeah. Also, I'm on TikTok all the time.
Yeah. Sorry.
But,
continue.
It's neither great nor horrible. It has a lot of mistakes that are in it, and the pacing is really bad. I taught for 2-hour-long classes. Well, it's about 2-hour-long classes, and it was a combination of reading and writing. And by the end of the class, in the very beginning of school, I was giving these kids sometimes 7 different worksheets to do in one class. For a 4th grader, that's a lot. That is a lot of work every single day. They weren't able to grasp any of it. And they were being worked to death, and I was being worked to death. And it was because if I have 50 plus students that I see every single day, and I'm giving them 7 worksheets each, and I'm having to grade all those worksheets because it's not online, I have to grade them by hand. Like, it's an overwhelming amount of paperwork for me. But beyond that, they were so focused on hurrying that they weren't actually understanding any of it. The people that were over me basically said that anything that I did that was extra on top of the Bluebonnet stuff means that I was taking away from the actual Bluebonnet curriculum, and that I needed to stop doing anything that was not on script.
The word admin kept reappearing in both my conversations with teachers and also the posts I found online, like a C-tier Batman villain popping up every few episodes. A picture was slowly painted for me of petty, localized hierarchies where teachers, especially younger teachers, were left feeling powerless and used at the bottom. Admin being fiercely loyal to an exact curriculum, even if it prevents a teacher from actually helping her students, is not a one-off event. It's solidifying into a norm.
I'm Ale Cheka. I drove down here from Fort Worth. This is my 18th year as a teacher in Fort Worth ISD. Teachers in Fort Worth ISD this school year were actively told we were not allowed to teach a book in English class. Elementary school, middle school, or high school. Well, I'm here, but I've got a scripted, timed curriculum that doesn't allow me to meet the needs of the world.
Remember, bureaucratic nonsense like this doesn't just happen. It's motivated by things like, for example, access to a grant.
I think a bunch of schools got maybe a grant or some kind of incentive to adopt it early. Every class from kindergarten to 12th grade, I want to say, adopts the same program. So there's consistency among the grade levels. So like what the kids learn in first grade translates over to what they learn in second grade. And there's already a foundation of skills and information that isn't different per teacher, because what a teacher might make up in their own curriculum might be different than what the next teacher does, and there'll be gaps in learning. So they're trying to fix that, but it's an unrealistic timeline of class activities that you're supposed to do.
It also sounds like it doesn't really give you any wiggle room to address any of the unique problems that might be, you know, present in your classrooms either.
No.
And if you try and take the time to address those, they say you're not on target to meet whatever other teak that you need to address, or whatever other thing they have in their plan.
We are still stuck in the shadow of No Child Left Behind, and when admin cuts corners, teachers are left dangling by the purse strings, less and less of them left to deal with more and more bull.
There are people who that's their whole job. Their whole point is to pull kids out and do extra tutoring with them, but it depends on if your school has those people, and it depends on if those people have time and how many kids you're servicing, and RTI is the response to intervention. It's an RTI teacher, so you'll, like, if your kid is falling behind in math for some reason, an RTI teacher will pull them out.
Look, my Eve bully has, I guess, either forgot about me or is waiting or has left me alone now. That guy Raphael Tempest, probably, if I had to guess, probably safety or one of them. I don't really know. And I'm able to bank something that I haven't done in a while, which is Pochfon mining. You know, that hasn't been like that for months. The harassment was like for a long time. Not just him, but other people. But I was left alone out here, which was nice for once, you know, and I was able to make 25 million if I make it back. If I could do this 4 times a day, I'd be happy, but also I've been mining like all day, well, I've been mining like all evening. Moving. Oh my god, you're so annoying. You like, stop moving. Why do you stop moving? It's because you wedge. Piece of shit. Stop moving. I'm sorry, keep moving. Just stop moving. Like, stop wedging me. You wedged me. That one mob is like fighting a game boss. It's fucking stupid. Like, I don't know. I guess the difficulty, I could turn it down a little bit, but I don't really want to. But your bullet sponge is, it's like,
in, say, science or social studies, and they'll pull them into a separate class, and they'll do a one-on-one or a small group with them to help close those gaps. But if you have a school like mine, all of our RTI teachers ended up being moved to actual classroom teachers, and we don't have RTI teachers anymore. We got told middle of the year, there was a big meeting where we were all pulled into with a bunch of people that are way above our head, and basically told we have to do RTI ourselves, which, as you can imagine, for a class that's already bell to bell, with content, and now they're wanting you to also stop doing that content to do one-on-one or small group intervention with individual students.
That sounds impossible.
A lot of us are like, where we don't have extra time, can we pull them out of their specials class? Can we pull them out of PE? Like, do we have extra time that we can do this? And they were like, no, you're just gonna have to fit it into your regular class time. And we were like, where? When?
Wait, yeah, that sounds like it's literally an impossible request. That's crazy. Okay.
While doing classroom management, because if you're focused one-to-one with one student, what are the other students occupied doing?
But don't worry, if you ever find yourself somehow struggling, admin has amazing advice to offer, such as, have you ever tried bribery?
I've been advised to bribe them.
Okay.
Bribe them to behave good. Offer them incentives. I got told one year that the reason that the fifth graders didn't want to be in my library and they weren't behaving, and so I needed to give them a reason to want to be in the library. And I was like, "Are you going to pay me to give them a reason to want to be in the library? Because I make $18,000 a year, and you don't give me enough money to buy incentives."
Do you have child bribe money?
Yeah, the smallest incentive I could possibly give them for the over 700 kids that I service a week, I would have to have at least $700 in order to buy stuff in bulk to be able to bribe them. Do you have $700 every single week to bribe these children? And I didn't get an email back.
Which that also doesn't fix the behavior. All it teaches the kids is that if I act badly, then I can manipulate the person teaching me into giving me something in exchange for good behavior. So that doesn't even really solve the problem. Even if you had that $700 to drop, it still wouldn't fix the issue.
So teachers try and fill in with, smaller incentives. I'll give you a bag of chips. I'll give you a piece of candy. But that does not fix the greater problem.
I'm not saying that all school administrators are bad, but this was a consistent enough complaint across the board to take notice of. The nature of power is corruptive, even if that power is just a nameplate on a desk. How else is Patty supposed to process her husband's golfing addiction and the fact that her daughter chose a wedding color scheme she didn't approve of if she does not wield her authority as assistant vice principal to ruin your day? Being a little evil is therapeutic for her. Cut her some slack. The lack of support, malicious or otherwise, extends into classroom management. If schools are understaffed, that means that a single kid can hold a room hostage, sabotaging their classmates' education because there is no one to remove and correct them.
I've had a kid fully waste an hour of my class time when I only get 2 hours. Arguing, being loud, I can't talk over them, I can't send them to the office because maybe they weren't there, or maybe they were busy with someone else, or maybe there were already 10 kids in ISS. Whatever the reason was, I was not able to send them anywhere. What am I going to do? What do I have to do other than to, threaten to call mom and dad? Okay, well, mom and dad don't care. Mom and dad blocked my number 2 months ago. I can threaten to call admin down here. They're not going to come get them, or if they do, they can get them and give them a lollipop and send them on their way back to me 5 minutes later after they tell them, "Ooh, don't do that again."
Teachers aren't just presented with the Sisyphean task of teaching in this environment, a module in Greek mythology their students probably won't pay attention to. They also have to survive a range of disruptive behaviors every day. Classrooms are trashed and covered in filth. The few items teachers buy with their own limited paychecks to help brighten their students' day are destroyed in acts of pointless cruelty.
I try to make class enticing. They just broke it. And then when I was upset, they just broke the one that we've never even used before, that I spent my own money on this summer when I was spending my personal vacation and time off school looking for things to make their lives better. They just snapped it in half. And they don't care, and they're not sorry. And when I was upset about it, he laughed at me. So it's not like it's ever going to get better.
Any of their own property that they bring into class is apparently up for grabs unless it's literally glued down.
It still has not been returned.
Any instruction.
This guy's probably so annoying. Ooh, lightning fork cannot be marked. Yeah.
Has to be delivered through endless noise and constant.
Well, that was fun. It was annoying. I died a bunch, but yeah. I like this mage. It's fun. like the fire staff more. It's much easier to see. I don't know. I like them both. So if I go like that, it does very little damage, and then these things come and tank it. Oh. Yep, and I can just let them tank for a while.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I wasn't ready. Maybe I'm starting to like the combat, actually. Oh yeah, so something can be morphed, right? Iron Sword of Shop, Maple Bow Flame, Rat Splatter, Beetle Scuttle. So, I was gonna look at my abilities here. I want to morph. I want to morph lightning form. Oh yeah, but I don't have a skill point, so it's okay. Oh, not good. Good crafting motif. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can fight this alone. Oh, that hurts. Do something to them. Nope. You can't potion while sprinting. I did not know that. Three of them. Where did the other one come from? I haven't been summoning this guy, huh? Oh, can I, yeah, P for pet, can I, oh no, I can't, like, command him or whatever. If I aggro these things, will you just tank them? Wait, no, they leashed, so, Escape the ritual site. What the hell is that thing? Now somebody else comes. Oh no, never mind, that's an NPC. Okay, so I don't know why I can't seem to get out to the bell. I'm gonna try again.
Warp drive active.
Storm Slave's Razor. Almost level 11. Well, am I done with this place? I think I am. Hop in the launch. Oh. Oh, good. We're going to Oridon. I will have some fruit and yogurt. Find the harborage. This is the best this has ever looked. With the frames, it actually is really good. It like looks really good. Movement speed. Boundless storm. Where did I get firewall? Oh, it's in the fire staff, I guess. Oops. Can I turn off the pet sounds? The Harborage. Oh, she had a full thing. Damn it.
disrespect.
Look how much better it is without harassment. Constant harassment. I'm okay with gangs once or twice a day, but all goddamn day, take your bully ass shit somewhere the fuck else. Negative.
Respect.
Way too much talking and not enough writing. I don't see any notebooks out, and I've told you 10 times.
And they might even have literal human urine thrown at them. What? No, that's a hypothetical, right? I'm definitely not staring
No, piss balloons exist and they were a part of childhood.
directly at a link in my script to a video where a teacher's talking about that exact thing happening to them.
I was talking with a student and I just see his ball being like thrown, kicked around the gym.
It's a piss balloon.
People are screaming, they're kicking it and running from it. All of a sudden, someone throws it over and it hits me in the leg. I wasn't thinking, I was just talking to the student. I bent down to pick it up so I could put it on the bleachers, and I was like, why is that wet? And I looked at my leg, and there's a giant wet spot. And a student came over, he's like, Miss Glover, don't touch that. And I said, too late, why is that soaking wet, good kid? And he's like, they were peeing on that in the locker room.
Oh.
You could tell I was pissed. I walked right.
Oh. Why were you pissing on a ball and then kicking it around? Gross.
Right out to admin. Told him, I was like, I just got hit by a urine-soaked ball.
Okay. FUCKTHEMKIDS. They'd be upset about that if they could spell. Did admin do anything about this?
They'd be upset about that if they could spell.
No.
I said, okay, so like what's gonna happen? Like who's getting in trouble? What's the next step? They're like, well, we can't really pinpoint it to one person, so we can't really write anyone up. I'm sorry. So nothing's gonna happen? They're like, well, unfortunately, like we can't really do anything about it.
If you're a student, you can literally piss all over your teacher and no one will do anything. If you are a student, you can literally piss all over your teacher and no one will do anything about it. This is somehow still the rookie leagues, though. That's right, having bodily fluids thrown at you barely qualifies as a bad day for a teacher. We haven't even gotten to the part where they're live.
You know, I didn't think about it, but I also have a whole nother month off of the Plex I got from today. I spent $90 and I got 4 months and 15 days. But it's actually 5 months and 15 days, which is actually really good because it's $25 a month. If you were to buy 5 months, like just let it run monthlies on you, it would be $125. I got it for $93, which is a pretty good knockoff. That's like $36 off or something like that. And along with it comes money. They sent me stuff that was worth money, and they sent me a bunch of Genius boosters. Let's go look at all the stuff that they sent me. Oh, I haven't looked at the new Eden store this week. Oh, nothing, I guess. So these same things are for sale in the store. Yep, but they're cheaper if you buy from Marquee. They are cheaper. And I'm gonna start swiping Eve. I don't know. It took me a while to get there. I'm gonna swipe Eve just so all these bully ass losses, I could just cover them. Fuck it. Like I don't even know why I'm farming really. I should just be gambling. I'm actually much better at gambling, I think, than I am at farming because they constantly kill me all the fucking time. I mean, I like doing faction warfare. I find it fun. It's better than campaign. Eve ended up being my new Final Fantasy 11. And yeah, and Rust is like my main if you know, if it was going well. Rust isn't going that well. This annoys me. I think I need to buy Elder Scrolls Online on like the Xbox or whatever so that I can play it in the background cuz like I like this account, but I don't want to be locked out of Rust. I like this game, but I don't want to get addicted to it because I'll just have to start over. I probably should just start over. Now that I know that the combat is good, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to go werewolf. I think I'm going to go mage because werewolf tanks, and if I'm in high difficulty like this, I think they'll just shred me. I think they'll just tear my health apart. I don't care how hard I hit. I think the werewolf can't hit much harder than I'm hitting right now. So like, you know, so I don't know why, yeah, I don't know why I would go werewolf because I can't tank. I need pets to tank for me. And this is the most passive pet tank class that there is. In Daedric Summoning, at level 15 on Daedric Summoning, I get Summon Wing Twilight, and then I get to morph it and stuff. And Conjured Ward is the other one I'm going to buy. And Bound Armor. Yeah, we're going to get Bound Armor. I'm getting rid of Wall of Fire. I'm not... Well, I don't know. I don't even know where Wall of Fire is coming from, honestly. Where did Wall of Fire come from? I don't really understand. I can't find it in the chart. It's so fucking weird. Where is Wall of Fire even coming from? Where would I like get it from if I wanted it? I don't know. Maybe it's just because I have a fire staff. I mean, I don't know. I like Wall of Fire or whatever, but it's only a placeholder for... I'm going to go... Yep, I'm going to go Summon Volatile Familiar, Summon Winged Twilight. I'm going to use their abilities right off the bat, so I really shouldn't get used to my 2 key. I should bind 4... right now I have mouse 4, but it's actually... Yeah, 1 and mouse ability, 1 and 2 should be mouse 4 and mouse 5. No, that is actually correct, yeah. Mouse 4. Mouse 5. And then I do 4, 5, 6, I guess, yeah, and then my ultimate. 4, 5, 6. So up to the Prophet. The damage is off the hook on the highest difficulty mode Vestige or whatever it is, and I'm wondering what I can do to get NPC tanks or companions or anything in ESO. What can I do in terms of companions? Do I have to buy them in the store or what?
The asteroid is depleted.
Oh, it's free? Oh, I'm gonna get a tank, so the difficulty mode is fine. This is one of the best free games. Well, it's not free, but it's like once you buy it, it's like buy to play. This is like the best buy to play game. What town am I in? I've learned that I don't care for most fantasy stories anymore. Some of them are really good, like Lord of the Rings, but or like I don't know, like Robin Hobb, Tara Goodkind. You know, high fantasy stuff is good, but most video game fantasy RPG stuff really bothers me now. Blah, 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 blah. I'm getting a full light set. Yeah, I'm getting a full light set. Anthology of bows available for acquisition. Prisoners Inferno Staff, 1120. Destruction and staff increased to 15, which is good. Recipe for Mathera something or another. Increases it's a drink. It's a provisioning drink. Like all of these are placeholders. Like all four, like all three of those other spells are. Excuse me. All three of those other spells are placeholders. I think. I mean, I don't know. Or well, no, not all of them, but the. We'll see. It is a fun game now. I am enjoying it. Especially because I don't have to pay attention to what they're saying, and I can just chain my way through it, and it doesn't matter where I go or what I do. This is a fun little world to run around. It's more polished than 76 is, but the combat isn't as good. Maybe Bow's really good in this. I don't know. Maybe I would prefer Bow. This makes you run faster, does it? That's cool.
Taste of her remains, and in my mind I see us sway, sway as we kiss, sway as we kiss.
Lives are constantly in danger. Stories about extreme acts of violence in schools towards staff and other students have basically become commonplace now, without even including shootings in the discussion, but we cannot allow ourselves to become numb to this. There's a reason one of the teachers I talked to had completely changed careers and left teaching behind.
It's very difficult to teach a lesson whenever you have kids fist fighting in the corner.
Yep. Yeah. And this is happening like in the classroom?
Oh yes, 100%. In the classroom, in the hallways. Kids were bringing weapons to school and using them. I will say that I did not feel safe. I worked at a school where it was so incredibly violent that one of the occurrences that happened at the school was publicized. Violence towards anyone was the normal occurrence at these schools, with each other, with teachers, with aides. That was the main reason why I decided to leave. There was a teacher that I worked with. She was a breast cancer survivor. A student punched her so hard in the breast that it ruptured her implant.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Wow. Once again, how did admin respond? You could probably figure out the pattern by now. Or maybe you can't. At this point, I don't really know. How are the...
Why would you punch your teacher? What could they possibly do? What, I mean, what could she... I mean, I don't know.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
These things being addressed when they come up, like what actions do you have as a team? No, they're not. They're just not being dealt with.
They're being gaslit.
Okay.
The teachers are being gaslit. Since I've decided to transition my career from education into healthcare, I've even met teachers that have sought healthcare from the abuse that they've endured while teaching. Like I said, they gaslight you. They make you think, oh, well, if you had just done X, Y, and Z, if you had read the teaks that were on the board before you started your lesson, then maybe the kids wouldn't have slammed the other kid's head into the desk.
When you have a child who is injuring teachers or injuring the aides that are in the room with them, or they're breaking things or breaking windows, or you need them to go to an alternative placement, or you need something figured out, because if something isn't, they're going to continue hurting people and other students and teachers and what have you, and you can't do anything because, or the admin says they can't do anything because they don't have the paperwork. They don't have enough documentation, or they're waiting to gather enough documentation to do something about it. It was always documentation, documentation, documentation.
Teachers also can't really seem to expect parents to have their backs either. A huge percentage of the content I saw posted by teachers cited parents as a major source of the problems that they face at their jobs. The general sentiment seemed to be that parents were just not really parenting anymore, leaving teachers to pick up the pieces.
Things that would help teachers if you parents started them at home. Number one, sit down and shut them up.
School can only truly be useful if it's also supplemented at home with, I don't know why I'm trying to word this in a nice way. Y'all stop trying to force teachers to raise your kids. I don't want to hear it, okay? I don't make the rules. They came out of your genitalia, all right? So they're your responsibility.
I had a parent a while back. We had a parent-teacher conference, and she was like, okay, what do you suggest that we do at home? I don't know.
Teachers are having to waste so much time doing things that are not in their job description, that they did not go to school for, and that are actively distracting them from the things that they're supposed to be doing. They aren't super nanny. They can't duck walk into your house with office siren glasses and shoulder pads wide enough to bridge the emotional gap between you and your child. They just want your spoiled brat to do their algebra homework. If you're my age or older, you were probably raised with some variation of a talk get hit mentality. I am so glad that we as a society have started to reject spanking as a form of punishment for the sake of my own ass. I wish we'd figured that out a bit sooner. But it doesn't seem like a lot of the parents of today have found a suitable alternative to earn the respect and obedience of their children, which is creating a huge problem for the rest of us.
Gentle parenting is something that is being misunderstood and misused. And it's going from being gentle to being permissive.
A lot of what kept kids in line when I was a kid was the fear of getting spanked by your parents. It just was. A lot of...
The reason I'm being left alone is Eden comes here, just here. Where is my... Go out there. I have to pay attention when I leave with the miasmos, but I'm learning that's good though, because nobody fucks with me. They get killed by income if they come here. You have 30 seconds, but I fuck around. The 30 seconds goes so quick. I fuck around and I'm like, where am I going? And I lost the miasmos just now, but I didn't have any loot, thank God. Gross.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I think this is what the new Elder Scrolls will be like. This game. I think they almost have to make it like this. It's weird. Oh, God damn it. The bullet sponge is real, but I don't want to turn it off anything out. I don't want to turn it off.
Warp drive active.
Go, go. Go, go. No, no. Go, go. What? That was so quick. What? It was instant. Oh my god. Just kill me. Son of a bitch. Just kill me and send me home. Two miasmos is gone. So dumb. But I mean, they don't cost anything. So, I mean, I don't think anyways. What do these things cost? Are they 10 mil? No, they're like 3.5. I had a prox thingy. I need to leave the prox thingy behind because those are expensive. Why do they do this? It's so annoying.
Parents took that and took that away, and that's great. That's great. I'm all for that. We are for not hitting the kids, but they didn't replace it with anything.
This kind of parenting is not that different from admin demanding that zeros be rounded up to push kids along.
So maybe I should go focus on this, even though I'm low level. I'm staring at a map because I'm trying to find this zone that they're talking about, but I don't see it. Oh, okay. Okay, no, that's an... Okay, that's, So I saw Blackwood, but I don't, oh yeah, or by purchasing Blackwood Zone DLC. But I thought I don't own Blackwood or High Isle or, all of these companions that you mentioned, they're all in DLC zones. Is there any base companion, like, in the base game? Okay, so they say in the Crown Store, Solstice. I bought Morrowind. I played it. Or no, wait, no. I have a PlayStation account. I have a PlayStation account, which is the problem. I'm playing on... Right now, I'm playing on my Steam copy of ESO, which is not my PlayStation account. My PlayStation account is the one with the Morrowind on it. Now, I don't know if they'll let me play that. I don't think they will. So, no, they won't. Those are different. So, I'd have to buy something. No, I'm not doing that. So... God damn it. You like, break. Gemini breaks. So, you're saying that all companions are DLC based? Okay. The grunting is driving me crazy. Shut up. You know, I have sound in the background, but I don't think I need sound in the background for this game. I don't want sound in the background. It didn't work. Maybe next time I log in. This game is kind of gotcha. And I don't like it enough to pay it money. So I'll just keep trying to solo with these crappy tanks. But I imagine they'll probably get better as my gear gets better. Any tips for getting the... Any tips for getting the volatile familiar to tank? Okay. Oh, so if I hold P... Command pet is P. So pet is a whole nother thing too. I want mouse 5 to be this and unbind it for... No, I want it to be... I dislike that PC doesn't have voice. It's why I never played this game. I forgot now. I have forgotten about that, but that is a big deal breaker for me. You can't talk to anybody in this game. I really enjoyed this game on PlayStation because it's a super social game. I feel like they're just having me go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's kind of walking simmy. I don't know, don't these like level with me? Yeah, I think they do. So like, can't I just go out and fight? Let's go out and fight. Or something, I don't know. Yes, right. I'm trying to get back with a... Trying to get back with a miasmos here. How much does this cost? 5 mils. So who cares if they pop them? I kept them cheap on purpose so they can just get popped. I will have to trade this ore. Or I could contract it. I'll contract it at the end of the day.
Warp drive active.
I don't think I want a PvP in this game. I don't think it's good. I don't think I like the PvE enough over like Fallout 76, for instance. It's a good game, but I think I only want to spend like a day with it, maybe. I think I'd rather play Rust in this game. Rust than 76, honestly. 76 is a game I really like over compared to this. It's much more sandboxy. There's battles everywhere. This game is so walking sim. Even with a horse. It's too theme park. This game's too theme park. And like, I mean, I can go out there. I'll give it a chance. How's this? I'll go out in a direction and I'll try and fight. I'll just go out in a direction. I'll try to fight something. That's why I came. I'm doing the MSQ because I just fell into it. And honestly, I'd rather just fight. I'd rather fight things. Like if it'll just let me level that way, then yeah, I'd rather do that. Oh, sea vipers. You can Septivarius. So like that gone. See, and also the difficulty, it's not balanced correctly, because it's like, come on, man, like 2 hits and I'm dead. I don't know. It makes sense, sort of, but not really. But the game's free. I like that the game's free. I can always just come back and play it when I want. I set up to play the character, and it is a fun character. So, but I don't like the changes that I made to my controls. So... I definitely can't get Link. The Link is out of the question. Which is good. You know, that means it's good combat, kind of. I'm trying to do mouse button 4, mouse button 5, bind it. Pet ability needs to go on something else. So when I get Conjure Ward, it gets a little easier, I guess, because they don't one-shot it nearly as bad. So we're just like in a hard period where... So now I get to fight Overland, however, which is exciting to me. I don't really like the UI. I would prefer if it was off. I'm not really using it, per se. What did I do with that? I can't remember. Oh yeah, like pause the UI? Yeah, pause. Yeah. Yeah, although, I don't know. Now, the UI's gone, but do I get damage numbers? Probably not. Or wait, like, can I shoot that thing? No, I don't get damage numbers, so I'll just leave the UI on. It's not that bad of a UI. It's at least not cluttered. Ah, my arm hurts. I gotta sit up. Ah, my arm. It'll heal. It doesn't draw me in, so then, and I know that I probably won't stay because the loot doesn't matter to me. Oh, kitty, you distracted me. Hi. How are you? I was gonna have some yogurt. They closed it before I could get there. Oh, it was only open for like 90 seconds. Damn it, I was like messing with skills and abilities. Oh well. Try to fight that thing again. What key do I set? Oh, yep. I need you to use this thing and get out there now. Now I have to travel to here.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
I'm up late again. I don't know, the familiar is pretty tanky. Fuck. So annoying. Fucking nasty. It's got balance issues. It's got walking sim issues. It's too theme park. I can't grind like I thought I could grind. It's like every mob is like a fucking sub-boss. And I don't know, that's cool if they didn't one-shot me, but they always one-shot. Spending a lot of time running around. I don't know. Oh, yeah. So let's try again. This guy might be a little easier, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't want to turn the difficulty down. I don't know. Maybe I should. Like I don't know. Challenge difficulty, right? I got pretty far. I got to level 11, but it's starting to get too hard now. Like the gear didn't keep up. Even though I got new gear, it didn't keep me up on the damage enough or whatever. And everything levels with you, so everything kills you. And like I don't know, if my pet tanked better, it would be a bit more acceptable, but it's not like that. And I think my time with this game now is over. I'm going to quit after a day and stop wasting my time on it. I will load some 76 and I will uninstall this game now. Or no, I didn't uninstall. It's just on GeForce Now, yeah. So fun, but I don't want to spend like the next week on ESO. I don't like ESO enough. I know
The
that.
asteroid is depleted.
Of the two, 76 ended up being my game. I will play Rust just to farm, and I'll get some wood and fuel together. Okay, so approach. Theme parks require you to pay way too much attention, kind of. You're like, oh, I gotta move forward and keep grinding, or whatever. I don't know. Sandboxes, you just take your time. I'd rather play Mortal than ESO. Wait, you can show off the fish in the tank? I want that tank. Maybe I should go get that on my main. I don't know if I have 350. My kitty. Such a good kitty. This boat will probably reset tomorrow. But I will make a new boat that's like a big giant raft.
drive active. Warp drive active.
No, I think I'm gonna call it in for the night. No Gangsta and Poshbon. That's a new one.
Drive active.
That's new for me. I'm not used to that. But I banked 55 mil, which is pretty good for a solo miner. That's about the same as ice mining with a group. I don't know what else I'm bringing here. I will produce a little bit of bullets. Sure.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Docking request accepted.
Oh, the mobs are off the station now. I should go to bed. All right. I'm gonna contract all the Bez to her because she's the one that's gonna be doing the hauling. Wait, that costs money. I should have just traded. Here we go, 50 mil. Oops. Oh, limited trial. That's what it was? Oh, okay, okay. Oh, my kitty. I love my kitty. Oh, I got a Mr. Fuzzy Ticker's workbench for free. That's cool. Nice. Apparently there's something else. Free scrap box. Free aid box. I could get a lobby shelter if I pay them once. I don't want to, though. But I am Fallout first, aren't I? That one's good. I wish I had that. Maybe I have to relog. I don't know. Okay. Oh, my cute kitty. I guess I'll bring this propeller. I don't see... Oh yeah, those MLRS rockets they can recycle. 279 pipes. Jesus Christ. Well, that's some scrap. 1,600 scrap off just that MLRS. Wow. Maybe I should go buy fuel. No, I don't think so. I'll buy that. 1,600 scrap. Ooh, beautiful sunrise. I'll go back to playing PvE Rust tomorrow. I think it's a better game than ESO. I was hoping ESO might surprise me, but they didn't, unfortunately. Combat's better than it's been, but it's still not, like, really fun. Not like New World. What else? Yeah, I think those are all good things. I just don't know what else I would take with me. I don't have a set, so I'll have to make one. I might as well take this shirt, because I will be lumberjacking. Is there anything else here? Not really, no. Yeah, I think that's good for now. I will go... Ooh, 79 more pipes for some reason. Be a lot more scrap again. You know, I could just buy fuel, chop trees at Outpost, and make another boat. I need some gears, unfortunately. And buying fuel, I don't know. Maybe fuel at Outpost would be good if it was cheaper. If it was cheap, if it had a discount. Oh, it is 40% off. It's super cheap. Let's go buy some. Take me to Outpost. And I'll just spend all the scrap on fuel. Nice. And then I'll be pretty much done. All I have to do is go chop some trees over there, and I'll be able to build a boat in the morning. A better boat than what I've been building. Well, for the situation that I'm in anyways. I do want a battle boat, but I don't think I can get one. I think I'll have to fight on the raft. I'm here to buy fuel. $22.80, not bad. I still need gears for engines, so I'll have to like go get that. There's not really much I can do about that. But I can farm. Why does it look so weird? A French girl? No, in the United States. It's a dude? I think it's a dude. Not it, but I mean, I think I'm just gonna leave it there. By it, I didn't mean like some transgender thing. I mean like I think the situation is that this person is a dude. I meant to say it's a dude. Or she's a dude. I don't know how to say it. I meant no offense. Water is good. Yeah, see, I like this immediately a lot more. I like the pacing better. I like the graphics better. More, I mean. What the hell is that? I'm here trying to get gears. I suppose I could buy a backpack now. Buy a backpack now. It is 2:30. I will stay up a little later because yeah, I will farm again, but this time I will just do singles instead of doing a oh no, I logged her. But yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we done for the night. Good night. There's a jetpack flying by. What the hell was that? Yep. Rust doesn't crack the whip like ESO does. It's like there's always some place you have to go and something you have to do in ESO. Sorry, kitty. Come back if you want. Come back. So I'm gonna drop this and I'm gonna open the store. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Ooh, 11,000 GP really makes me feel rich. That's good. gas station. See, there's no whip cracking. It's a PvE server, so no one can kill me. Maybe an animal kills me or a scientist, that's it. No one's telling me to go to some quest or do something. No one's saying you have to do this to get XP. Nothing's one-shotting me. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's one-shotting me. Nothing's bullet sponge. Pig is good for fuel. Oh, I picked up a Huff and Puff. Ooh, 152 RP. Nice. Keep the fuel. Doing more gears, that's good. We'll make my boat in the morning. Oh, a free hollow site. That's good. Mining chest. Nice. I'm gonna make a 5x4 boat. I'm up under ESO, aren't I? Oops. I gotta change my title. Sorry, guys, I forgot. We'll go back up under Rust. 6,000 viewers, not that many. That's some fuel. I didn't know I had those. No. 11,000 GP for whatever reason. I have 23,000 GP now. Gonna mess with a different idea. I need flippers. I don't think I have the scrap though. Oh, I do. I have the scrap. Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't have a naval kit, which is kind of a problem. And also, I don't have ladders. Yeah, ladders and gears have to go. Ladders and gears. I mean, I don't know. I think I can do what I did last time. We'll go out there with wood and fuel. Where did I put that wood? Oops. There it is. Wood and fuel. It is 250. No, I will leave this for the morning, I believe. Time to go to bed. I love you guys. It's 2:50 in the morning. Most of the world's in bed. I'm going to go join them. I love you guys. I don't know what time I'll be on tomorrow because if it's sunny, I'm going to walk for 5 miles. If not, I will be here to play some games. Maybe a little earlier, like 11 to 1 o'clock or something like that. Ooh, Bullet Fest. On that note, I'm going to go to bed, and I love you guys. Thank you so much. I've been recording this session that we've been doing in its entirety, and I'm going to publish to my channel today. Ooh, wow, my views have gone up. Jeez, nice. So going to publish to my channel today, and there we go. Yep, so you have been watching Skycat Live. I'm a full-time variety gamer all day, every day. Put me on in the background. Click on the cast face to donate. Come to the Twitch or the YouTube. Give me a like, sub, or a follow. And I recorded this session in its entirety, and I have many thousands of videos on my channel. Come check me out on my YouTube channel. I've got songs too. I'm a musician. Well, I'm a singer. Excuse me, I'm a singer. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will upload this session now and stop this recording. Thank you.